So welcome students. So let us move forward with the chapter. So I guess now that the relational operators are now very much clear to you, and how to actually compare the numbers and how it works, and for the string as well. And this was something that I took yesterday, and I made it very clear that how for the relational operator works when we compare these strings. So today we will just go ahead and understand with the logical operators. So there are three logical operators that we have, that is or, and not. These operators are called as logical operators. Now you might be thinking, okay, operators like something like this, right? Like plus, minus, but these are like words. Yes, these are words, and that is the Python that is are having the operators in form of a words. So these are operators, as well as these are the keywords. Remember, the keywords are the reserved words. So these are the reserved words, these are the keywords, and these are the logical operators which has a special meaning. Or means it is going to work as a logical or, and this and word, which is a keyword, it is going to work like a logical and this is a not, and that's a logical not. How does this work? Okay, let us take example. Now for understanding this, we need to have the understanding of the if statement, but since we are not started with the if statement, so what we are going to do is we are going to take some values like a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 4 and c is equal to 5, and let me change this to 10, and then I can use the print function. And if I say a is greater than b, this is but obvious going to give me the output that is a boolean value, and the boolean value is going to be either true or false. Always remember, the boolean values are either true or either false. So let me just save this, and now if you check the output for this particular code, and we are going to have the output that is true. So that is a boolean true, and it is true because 10 is greater than 4, and so it's but obvious we're going to have the answer that is true. And now if I say something like this, if I say something like this, okay, a is less than b, and this is going to give me the boolean false. And if I say a less than b, okay, and I use the or, that is the logical or, I say that is a greater than c, and if I run this, what we are going to have, the answer that we are going to have is true. The reason we have the boolean true is because this particular condition is false. A is less than b, no, the condition is false, so this is going to go false. But I have joined these two conditions with an or. So basically what or is doing, it says like, okay, if this or this, so either one of the condition has to be true. If any of the condition is true, this particular entire expression is going to produce the answer that will be true, or boolean true. So what is happening over here, that this first condition is false, but I'm giving an or this. But this condition, the second condition, that is a greater than c, this condition is true. And since this condition is true, the entire expression is going to be true. So how does a logical or works? A logical or will work in a way, if there are, these are like two conditions, I can have as many conditions as possible. Okay, if any of the condition is true, it is going to make the whole of the condition or whole of the expression, the logical expression, true. If either one of the condition, or minimum one condition, if it is true, then the whole logical expression is going to be true. Though this is false, but this is true, and I'm using or, this is going to produce me as true. So this is how it works. And if I say if a less than c, so the first condition is a less than b or a less than c. So this is going to produce, that is false. The reason it is going to produce false is because neither this is true or neither this is true. neither of the condition is true. So if all the conditions are not true, if all the conditions are false, then that particular logical expression, the whole expression will become false. And this is how it works. But if at least one of the condition, if it is true, and suppose that I have a less than b or a less than c, then I have or a less than d, and so on. If there are around 10 conditions and I have joined that condition using that or operator, the logical operator, and if 9 are false and 1 is true, still that whole logical expression is going to be true. And that is how the or works. Okay, now let us have this as a greater than c, and for this I am going to have the answer that is true. But if I use a and operator, and logical operator, and what it does, it will expect that all the conditions should be true. So even this should be true and even this should be true. But in this particular situation, a is less than b, this particular condition is false. Though this is true, still this whole expression is going to be false. And you can see the answer for this particular output, that we have the answer that is false. And why we had false? Because you know if there is a and there is an expression, a huge expression, and you have used the logical and, if even if one of the condition is false, the entire expression, the entire logical expression is going to be false. Okay, so it will expect that this should be true and even this should be true, and in only in that case this particular expression is going to become true. So if I say a greater than b and a greater than c, now if I apply this particular condition, I'm going to have the answer that is true. So I hope this is clear. So you need to take some examples. Okay, I remember that yesterday I had that code and I was supposed to give that code to you, but I was just into something. Actually, I was in the school work itself, so I wasn't able to post you yesterday the PDF file. So I'm going to post that PDF file today. And but this is a very simple example. You can simply type this. It's not really a big deal. So this is how the logical or and the logical and works. So an and operator will expect all the conditions to be true, and an or operator will expect that either one of the condition to be true, only then the whole expression will be true. Okay, so you can just work on to this. And then we have not. A not is like a negation, the reverse of something. Okay, so if I say not of true, okay, so not of true is, and you can see both these are in orange, which indicates that both these the words are basically the keywords. So if I run this, we're going to have the output that is false. Okay, and if I say not of false, so it is going to reverse that. If I run this, and I'm going to have true. So what if I can give this like not, and then I open a bracket, closing bracket. Inside this bracket, if I say a greater than b, and I say or, no, just understand what I'm doing, or okay, forget or, otherwise it will be too confusing at this point. So if I say a greater than b, is a greater than b? Yes, the condition is true. So this condition is true, so this particular the brackets is going to produce the answer that is true. But then outside we have this not, and this not is going to convert that true into false. So if I run this, you can see the output for this is false. Why we have false out here, though this condition is true? The reason is outside we have a not, so this is true, this is going to produce true, but again this not is going to reverse that, and the final answer that we are going to have is false. So this is how a not logical operator works. So you can practice this, children. So let us move this. Let us see what they have given in the book. Let me take a highlighter. Okay. Or symbol, if one of the operand is true, then the condition becomes true. And if both the operands are true, then the condition becomes true. Or both the conditions, you can say that the condition becomes true. So this is a bit confusing, but the examples that I've given, you can always, children, give examples in your exam, and then you can explain your answer. So in computer science, a theory paper will also have a lot of examples. Always you have to give examples, a sample code, and then you can just explain that sample code. It is more than sufficient. You do not have to by heart any theory part. Please understand this. This is all practical. If there is something that you're not able to remember, just take a sample code, and with that sample code you can explain the whole thing, and that is more than sufficient for you to get marks. But you can only do that if your practical knowledge is you know how to do it. Okay, then you can practically give a sample code, and then you can explain it. And not is going to be the reverse of the state of the operand slash condition. Then the assignment operators. Yes, I have told you about the assignment operator, and that is the operator, that is the symbol that is equal to operator, and that is an assignment operator. It is used to assign values to a variable. But then we have other forms of assignment operator, and that is plus equal to, minus equal to. And how does this work like? Okay, suppose if I have a variable that a is equal to 1, and if I say a is equal to a plus 1, what is going to happen over here? Okay, this is, and then I say print a. So this is going to have the value a, the variable value a, the variable a is going to have the value 1. Okay, and then I'm saying a plus 1, so that is 1, because the value of a is 1, plus 1, that is 2. Again the value 2 goes into a, so now the value of a will become 2, right? And if I really copy paste this again, so what answer we are going to have is we are actually incrementing a every time with 1. So you can see the first answer that we have is 1, then it got incremented by 1, and again we incremented by 1, so we have 1 2 3, right? So on it is getting incremented by 1. So we can increment it by any value. It's not like only 1. So we can increment this by 2 over here, and then if we see this, the answer is, first the value was 1, then we incremented by 1, then again by 1, and then by 2, and then we have 5 over here. So we are incrementing this value, right? So in spite of doing this, what we can do is we can use a plus and the equal to. So this is same as a is equal to a plus 1. Okay, this is same. If you want to write a is equal to a plus 1, simply use plus equal to 1. This is same as, and this is a comment that I put, okay, same as a is equal to a plus 1. And now if I just print this, okay, it is going to be the same value, children. Okay, let me just paste this one more time, and now you can see the output. 1 2 and 3. Let me have one more, and if you really want to increment this by maybe by 5, so you can simply say a plus equal to 5. So over here it is 1, over here it became 2 because I have incremented that value by 1, again I incremented by 1, and then I incremented by 5. So this is what does this mean? This plus a plus equal to 5, which will mean a is equal to a plus 5. This is what it means. So we are incrementing it by 5, right? And you can see the answer. Okay, so this is how to do it, children. And same way we have for the minus as well. So if I say minus, if I say minus out here, so this will mean a is equal to a minus 5. Okay, and then we are going to have some negative value for sure. Okay, so that's minus 2. So we incremented the value till 3, and then we are doing minus 5, that is a is equal to a minus 5, so that is minus 2, right? So this is how we can do it. We can also do that for using with the multiplication operator as well. So if I say a and then the asterisk sign equal to 2, so what is this? This is a is equal to a into 2. This is what it means. So let's just simply say print a, and then we can have the output for this. and the answer is going to be 1 and 2 because this is just 1. So let me take this as 2, and now the answer that we are going to have is 4, right? So I hope this is also very much clear. Then we have the same we have for division as well, children. So it is going to divide 2 by 2, and so we are going to have the answer that is 1.0, that is 1. Okay, so then we have more, that is the mod. So a is equal to a mod 2. If you really want to do that, you can use this, and this is the power. So you can use this, children. Like if I say a and then the double asterisk sign and 2, so this will mean a to the power 2. So a is equal to a and to the power 2. So this is going to give me, that is, first will be 2 and second will be 4, because this is 2 raised to 2 basically. So that is 4. Okay, so this is how you can do it, children. So these are all the arithmetic operator, and this is same for the floor division as well. You can do it for the mod as well. A is equal to a mod 2. Just perform, use this, play around with these operators, children, just to get how these operators work, and how the assignment operator works. Okay, so that's it for today, children. So tomorrow we are going to have a Zoom session. Please come up with all your doubts, all the things that you haven't understood. Just note it down, jot it down, so that tomorrow when we start the Zoom session, we can immediately, I can just you know address your issues. Okay, so that's it for today, children. Bye for now.